Hello, beautiful souls. So, let me start off by asking for your forgiveness. You will be hearing something going on in the background. They're doing some construction here, and I know it's going to be going on every day for a while now. So, I can't delay getting these messages out. So, as much as I can, maybe do noise reduction, I'll try. But just in case you are wondering what the extra noise is, that's what it is, okay? But without further ado, let's get into today's reading. Okay, so this reading I was hearing beforehand that it's going to be for those of you that live a very dynamic life. Okay, now some of you intuitively, you're going to automatically know what I mean when I say dynamic. For others of you, the key words that I'm being told to, put out there so that you know whether or not this reading will be for you. Okay, you are a leader. Okay, you have um, at least one, usually more than one person who is heavily dependent upon you doing what you do. Okay, whatever that may be. All right. Um, those of you who have not had an easy life at all. And I get it that we all may say, like, oh, nobody has an easy life, but no, I mean, like, you've been drugged by your edges through hell and back twice. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of life, and you've still managed to survive. Okay, you are in the category of dynamic. All right, those of you as well too that have this understanding that you are meant to have a level of popularity, fame, a big platform in some sort of way, right? Because you have a message, because whatever it is that you are representing with your life is something that is, meant to have a positive effect on people on this earth. This is for you too, okay? Spirit, what do you want to say to these people who live these dynamic lives, okay? We have the unexpected income card coming out here first. We have despair, and then we have family room. And so, yeah, this kind of goes back to what I was, speaking about with those of you who have had a hard life, okay? Like not just no regular hard, like this was the vibe here, okay? Very much down and out. Some of you guys as well could have experienced, being homeless or misplaced in some sort of way. I'm also getting as well too, some of you could have been in a space that was very foreign to you. Okay, if this is, if I am speaking to someone as well too who may have had to live without your family for some reason, okay, or you were taken in by other family members, and there was some sort of conflict or some sort of difference in the way in which you were treated versus other people. Okay, yeah, the child card is at the bottom of the deck here. This definitely has to do with someone's childhood here, okay? But I do see that God is making certain things right for you, right? That you have had to deal with, okay? For some of you, I'm hearing specifically when it comes down to um your career. Yeah, I can't make it up. Toil and labor, right? And you see how this person is here working in like a factory or some sort of mill, right? Um, some of you could have either, you could either be feeling like you've done a lot of work and you don't feel like you have everything to show for all that you've put into. Or for some of you, this could be a case of some work that you have done, right? Somebody could have destroyed it, in one way or the other. The family room card is here. Again, this could have been a family member of yours or somebody that you looked at like family. Um, but others of you, this is just representing you either having a negative outlook when it comes down to working hard, right? Or correlating success always with you having to work hard and go through it and, not just work hard, like, okay, this is what I know I'm meant to do, right? So I'm gonna put a lot of time and effort into it. Like, no, you didn't feel like you were successful if your hands weren't bleeding at the end of the day, right? Blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm struggling so bad, but I had to go and do it for myself and do it for my family and do it, you know, spirit may be trying to break you out of that type of mindset or that type of relationship with the work that you are meant to do on this earth, right? But no matter what it is, my love, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of scenarios. This is a collective energy. Take what's for you. And if you want to go deeper for yourself, book a personal, okay? But whatever it is here, there's something that's getting ready to show forth in your life unexpectedly, right? You see how this says unexpected income. Some of you guys may already have your focus in one area or the other where you're, expecting some sort of harvest or to be able to collect on some sort of harvest. But whatever this is that we're speaking of today that's getting ready to come in to change the narrative of what your life has been up until now, you're not going to expect this. Now, as I said, you're not going to expect this. I look down at the bottom of the deck and there's the change card here. So there's definitely a change that's on the horizon. Spirit, tell me more about this. What changes are coming for this dynamic being? We have the wealthy man coming out here, right? And I'm set on that, okay? For some of you, especially those of you that feel like, okay, I know that I have sown seeds in the right way. I know that I have set up things to work properly. Again, this message is going to be for those of you who are leaders, whether you are a CEO, whether you are lead management, whether you are a teacher or instructor of some sort, right? Something to where you have control over the flow of operations in whatever organization, okay? Your ideas, however you have invested in this project, in this place, in this business, something is getting ready to pay off big time here. Okay, wealthy man, and this could be male or female. It's just the energy of you being in wealth. Okay, we have the coffin card here as well too. Again, there's a hard ending that's happening along with whatever this unexpected income. Okay, for some of you, the blessing is in something ending. Okay, the unexpected income is going to be connected to something coming to an end here. And you're going to have to take that how it resonates. For some of you as well too, I'm being taken back to this family room card. There may be a relationship for you that is going to be ending within this family connection here, okay? The reason why it may end, again, that may be the part that's unexpected. The timing of when it may end, that may be the part of, what is unexpected here. But this is going to very, very, very much resonate with the person that already understands where the conflict lies in this family room. Okay, this again won't be for everybody. If you are cool with your family, be cool with your family. Okay, don't go looking for no problems. But I know that this will resonate specifically with somebody who is either already on this journey of bringing certain things to an end, certain connections, or even just I'm hearing you're not allowing certain behaviors to affect your life. Some of you, if that is your story, this despair card could have also been in correlation to the way in which you may have been treated by this one or multiple family members here. There's a lack of confidence in areas where you should be extremely confident, but because there was a seed sown, okay, it could have been by a mother figure here with this mature woman, mother, aunt, grandmother, older sister, take it however it resonates, spiritual mother. But there's something that you're knowing and understanding needs to come to an end, and it is connected to either disconnecting from whoever this person is or these people are, or bringing an end to a certain behavior that they are used to inflicting upon you. All right, let's see what else we have here. This may be a longer reading. Just want to let you know up front, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of messages and I still want to get some tarot to clarify. I'm using the Kipper Oracle right now. But yeah, we have the community card that is coming out here for some of you as well too. This next blessing, or whatever's getting ready to happen, there's almost like a sense of public exposure with this as well too. Okay, now I'm also hearing the scenario that some of you may have had people in your community, right, whether this is your family or not, who may have tried to start a smear campaign about you, right? Speaking things about you that are absolutely not true, right? This could have been a teaming up, right? A lot of gossip. Yeah, and I'm hearing spirit say too, just pure lies in some cases, right? But whatever it is, it seemed to have had an effect on your life, right? Like, I don't know if somebody may have missed out on certain opportunities because, of a certain rumor or whatever that may have been going on about you. That's very specific, but whatever this is, right? Or again, however it affected you, it was in a public way. So God is being clear that whatever this, unexpected blessing or recognition, thank you, Spirit, because it's redirecting me back to what I said at the beginning, that you may be a dynamic person by way of knowing that you're meant to be famous, right? Or meant to be known in a public way. And for some of you, whatever this smear campaign was, right? People thought it was going to be the thing to destroy you or to destroy your reputation so that you wouldn't get this level of recognition or be recognized for how good you actually are, right? No, it's actually going to end up being the catalyst for you getting all of the recognition and more now, right? Because you may have been predestined or contracted with God to receive a certain level of fame. But because these people in this family room, in this community, right, went out of their way to use all of this energy to create more problems for you, yeah, now that all of that has been alchemized, right? God has stepped into the situation to bring a level of justice here. Now all of that energy as well is going to work in your favor instead. So that's when we say, God will pour a blessing on your life that you won't have room to receive. Yeah. Some things you literally are built to do, right? And my all of my dynamic people, no matter what category you fall into, right? You are very much equipped to be in this dynamic position or to, live this dynamic life, to take the path, right, that is less traveled, right, or even sometimes have to be a path maker, right, for people who will follow in your path and in your footsteps. So the storyline that goes along with you becoming who you are, yeah, you have to know that it's going to be dynamic too. And some of these people have literally just added more, seasoning to the pot here by doing what they thought they will, be doing to destroy you. Yeah, no. It never gave that because the dynamic, energy of who you are is meant to be used by the Most High in whatever capacity, right, in which you and God have agreed upon. So trying to stop you was the equivalent of trying to stop God. And please, please don't play with me. Please don't play with the Most High, okay? You could never. It's impossible. And that's what people are learning about you. God is making sure that they know. You will forever be the example of, if they try it, they gonna learn the hard way why they should never try to stop you, never try to stop any of God's children from doing what needs to be done. Because whatever reason in which these people had to be, trying to come against you in whatever way, you can believe that it wasn't anything that was for divine purpose. And it's okay to be a person, right, that doesn't believe in a divine or whatever, but you're not going to be a person that stops the plan of the divine. It'll never be allowed. And for some of you, you are about to be the living example of that whole understanding. So let's keep it going. Anything else I need from this deck before I go to tarot spirit? I think that's it. Oh, one more. Courthouse. Yep. I'm telling you, spirit is making it right. We have the imprisonment card at the bottom of this deck as well too. For some of you, if this literally came down to people like doing things illegally to stop you, they can go ahead and clock out for me. They can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, pick out whatever jumpsuit size is going to be best for them, because you're going to jail. You're going to prison. And if it's not a physical prison, right, for some people it will be that deep, right? Especially with this courthouse card coming out. There could have been some literal illegal things, right? But even spiritually, as I was saying before, right? If you make it your business to stand in God's way, to slow down, stop any process that God has put in motion, right? I.e., getting in the way of a chosen one, right? This dynamic person that's watching this message. That's like breaking spiritual law. That's illegal. You're going to have to pay for that. And people are slowly but surely realizing, like, God did not give us all of this energy, all of this intelligence, all of this power, when it comes down to being able to have free will, to make decisions on this earth. He didn't give us all of that to be out here messing with folks. That never gave progressive. That never gave, you know what I'm saying, life, abundance, love. No, it never gave that. So whereas people, we now look at the world and we see that the majority right now, right, the majority is leaning more towards being willing to undercut somebody or steal from somebody or smear somebody's name, right? Before you see them speaking life or speaking good of a person or blessing and investing in them, right? It's a little bit, it's been a little bit far left. But when I say the way in which God is bringing balance, right? I'm seeing scales in my mind in the courthouse, right? As the balance is being brought back to this flow of energy on this earth, to say that we are here to love, we are here to be able to be focused on our, missions and our purposes without the distraction of haters or just people who want to be destructive, right? That means that a lot of dynamic people who chose to do it anyway, right? Because there will be a number of people who won't have to experience that, because people like us have gone through it in a way to where we've corrected that. Right? When half the people that's been out here stealing, killing, and destroying is finally in prison spiritually and physically, then it makes it much easier for everybody to do what they need to do. So whether this be, the generational wealth that you are leaving for your children, so your children don't have to struggle through, right? So the conversations in this family room go from negative gossiping, how can we steal, how can we take, to how can we help, how can we, build a future for our children, and this and this and this and this and this. Yeah. There'll be generations that'll never know struggle the way in which some of you guys have, because that's what's being corrected. And the reason why it's able to be corrected, my love, here comes your moment to pat yourself on the back, is because you pushed through anyway. You did not wait for things to get easier. You did not wait for, the path to be cleared for you. No, you chose to do what needed to be done. Even when it felt like a mental battle, even when it felt like everything and all of the odds were stacked against you, even when it felt like toil and labor, something that should have just been natural or joyful for you to do, you did it anyway. So congratulations to you. And understand that whatever this next unexpected blessing is, it's coming after a time where things have been trying for you. And it's coming to, show you in a very specific way, right, that your dynamic nature did not go unnoticed by God. Okay, even if people try to distort the vision of who you are, smear your name and things like that, no, God could never be fooled, because as everybody likes to say, God knows my heart, right? God knows our hearts. And every intention that was, set with goodness, set forth with goodness, you're going to be repaid for that. Yep. Judgment card. You're going to be repaid for that. And this is what I literally just got done saying too. Like, I'm seeing the scales, right, in the courts. And it's time for people to pay up, right? It doesn't matter that we live in a world that has normalized that type of behavior. God still said what he said, and you can't get away with that. You're not going to be okay with let me say it like this. God is not going to be okay with knowing how hard some of these people worked to stop something that he had in motion through his chosen one. And do nothing about it. Let them get away. Absolutely not. For some of you, your judgment day is upon you, right? And this is, again, Four of Cups, something that you don't see coming. The way in which God is finna get your lick back, I'm hearing. Yep. Especially in this family room again with that 10 of Cups. Somebody made a bad decision here when it came down to you. I'm hearing Spirit say where you were supposed to be supported, you were aborted. Okay, bars. Something may be significant about abortion as well too. All right, but 10 of Swords, a lot of backstabbing energy here. And I'm being told to remind you as well that it doesn't matter how strong you were, right? For some of you, there's an emotional release that's getting ready to happen for you. Because you have not been in a space where you were safe enough to let your guards down and really just release the emotions behind what it is that you've gone through, right? You've had to be in this energy of strength, right? No matter what, to just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But Spirit is saying, do not allow that strength, right? Because God gave you that strength to keep going, absolutely. But do not allow that strength, or you having that strength, to make you feel as though you need to negate the fact that this happened to you, right? It's like, yeah, I'm strong and I got through it. But the truth is, I was never supposed to go through this in the first place. This was never supposed to happen. Somebody making up their mind that they were going to make something hard for me or do this or do that. It was never supposed to happen. Being able to acknowledge that and also give, the divine permission to come in and make right what was made wrong for you. And for some of you, that's going to happen, in this emotional cups energy, right? Once you release and just be like, man, that was hard. That did not feel good. I did not appreciate that. I didn't, with this unexpected energy going all around this message, right? For some of you, this backstabbing could have been an unexpected thing. Stabbing somebody in the back usually does require them to have to be looking the other way and not expecting that hit to come in. So it's just like, however this took a toll on your life, this is something that is being recognized, right, by you. This is something that is being recognized by Spirit. And back to that public energy again, whatever way in which God is getting ready to make it right for you, there's going to be a community of people as well too that sees and understands exactly what happened to you. And while there may be a lot of people that, will find you in correlation to this happening or this story or this public blessing. There's also going to be a lot of people who already knew you. They either sat around and listened to the lies, they played a part in passing the lies around. They were the ones creating the lies, you know what I'm saying? But however it is, whatever it was, any person that did not defend you, that did not, speak well of your name, God is going to make sure out of all people that they definitely know the truth of who you are. Because again, if you are in this dynamic category, you are also a very dynamic reflection of God. And God, you're not going to be out here playing with God's name like that. Or God's, you know what I'm saying, namesake. Those that are connected to him. And not get away with it. Nope. So for whoever this message is for, let me try to get some closing messages here so it's not too long. I know it'll be longer, but let's try to bring it to an end here, okay? For whoever this message is for, let me first and foremost say that I love you, okay? I appreciate all that you have done on this earth. I appreciate you choosing to be a good and moralistic individual no matter what. I appreciate you being strong enough and willing enough to bear the gifts of God, to bear the heart of God. Okay, I pray that my frequency reminds you on a subconscious level of how beautiful it is to be chosen. Okay, we won't always associate struggling and abuse, you know, with that, but for the majority of you, I know that at some point in your life you have experienced that, or maybe, in certain cases you may still be experiencing it now. But please understand that this will not always be the story that is correlated to the beautiful person that you are. Okay, there's coming a time where goodness is going to overflow in your world. For the majority of you, the time is now for the overflow to begin. Okay, so please allow yourself to accept whatever grace, accolades, acknowledgement comes with, whatever this unexpected blessing that God is bringing forth for you. Okay? Don't allow any seeds of unworthiness that may have been planted in you by others to flourish at this time, okay? Because with this Ten of Pentacles, everything that's good that's coming back to you, Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, yeah, you've already sowed a seed for this. The 9 to the 10, you've already sown seeds by yourself. So again, this community of people that are both going to, watch you celebrate, but also these will be people that you will be able to celebrate with as well, okay? A lot of you too, when we go back to that coffin energy in certain relationships that you're about to end or that are about to come to an end, even if it's not by your doing, just know that if you are disconnected from a person shortly before things start turning into this Ten of Pentacles energy in your life, please know that it was because you are not meant to share that with them. This likely could have been a person who either played a part in certain delays in you receiving this, having this, and maybe you're not aware of it. Maybe you are and you're just a super forgiving person, but in order for God to be able to bring true balance to this thing, the harvest has to go exactly where it's supposed to go. And for some of you, it's just you, okay? Some of you, those that in which you will be sharing things with, right, will be all new people that you meet and are connected to. For others of you, you already know how to decipher between who's in your life, right, for the right reasons and for, and I'm not going to say the right reasons, right, because everything is right. Even if a person is just there to teach you a lesson by doing you wrong, whatever it may be, right? But I'm speaking to those who have invested the right type of energy and time into you, right? Who have played a part in you being able to invest in yourself by speaking life into you and being there for you in different capacities, right? Then that could be the community of people here that you're about to share this beautiful, unexpected wealth and blessings with. Okay? Anything else that I need to say here, Spirit? And I'm going to close this message here. All right. And then the last few cards we have out here, the Three of Wands. Okay. This is definitely the energy of looking forward towards something, right? Or expecting your ships to roll in, confirmation with their notification. Okay. You have the Two of Cups. Again, this is going to be a new agreements that you're going to make. All right. This as well is giving me like that exchange of energy. Like I said, you're used to correlating struggle and suffering and things like that with your divine journey. But again, you're getting ready to see the other side of the coin now. Okay. You're getting ready to make a switch out here to where you're seeing the blessed and abundant end of things, right? Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Hierophant. And whatever is getting ready to happen, I'm telling you, God is, it's almost hard for me to put it into words what I see, but expect expect God to do something in a very dynamic way. Okay. I can't tell you to expect what it will be because that's clearly beyond our understanding. And that's the surprise dynamic for, a lot of you guys that are watching this message. You're not supposed to know. Unexpected, unexpected was the key word all the way through. But I am giving you this message so that you can expect God to show up in a very, very, very loud way. Okay, my King of Wands energy here is the king that you would see in battle. Okay, a very confident leader, but also one that is a fierce protector. Okay, and they show up in a very obvious, loud, clear way. Okay, so that's how God is coming in with this new blessing here. This hand, this arm is coming from the heavens. And most of all, know that you deserve it. Okay, receive this honor no matter how many people are present. When these things are going on, no matter how many people you have in your corner to celebrate you, celebrate yourself and know that these things are coming towards you because God is celebrating you, not having overlooked anything that you've done, anything that you've been through. Okay, so I'm going to close it out here. If you would like to book a personal, make sure you send me an email. I love you guys so very much, and I'll talk to you again soon.